was used to kill Saad Al-Hili, his wife Iqbal, her mother, and a French cyclist. Detectives are still waiting to speak to 7-year-old Zainab Al-Hili, who has been brought out of a medically induced coma. Her 4-year-old sister is now back in Britain. There has been more police activity at the family home throughout the day, and a large tent has now been put up in the garden. Police say it is to protect evidence that has been gathered from the outbuildings. BBC News, Playgate.
The Welsh Government has called for this year's GCSE English language papers to be regraded. It follows a row about students being awarded lower grades than expected when results were published in August this year. The decision in Wales differs to that in England, where ministers have refused to intervene. Andy Murray will attempt to win his first Grand Slam title this evening when he takes on the defending champion Novak Djokovic in the final of the US Open Tennis Championships. The British #1 has lost each of his 4 previous major finals, but after his recent triumph at the Olympics, many hope tonight will be his night. From New York, Andy Smith.
4 times before he's been this close, 4 times he's been left distraught. Grand Slam finals have brought only heartache to Andy Murray. So near, yet so far. But here in New York, the Murray bandwagon has gathered pace. He already has quite a fan club, but can the eternal contender finally become champion?
I know it's going to be a very tough match, regardless of whether or not.
Just because he's settling in.
Some of the best of my career.
Now that he's had one here, he might think it's alright next time.
There's certainly a fresh confidence and toughness about Murray, buoyed by a Wimbledon final and, of course, that Olympic gold medal. And fans here from both sides of the Atlantic are backing him.
He's fitter than ever, he's looking mentally stronger than ever. And, yeah, like I said, I think it's his time.
Novak's been playing really well, but my heart's going to go out for the Queen this year, and I hope that he can take it back home.
Here at Flushing Meadows, they have an honours board listing all their champions, including the last time a British man won a Grand Slam singles title, Fred Perry, way back in 1936. So can Andy Murray end the years of waiting? Well, he'll have to do it the hard way against the defending champion Novak Djokovic, but even he agrees Murray has never looked better.
He's one of the most complete players in the world right now. In the last couple of years, he was at the top of the men's game.
Leg sticking out.
Grand Slam final, and we all knew that he's definitely a contender to win a Grand Slam title.
Whisper it then, but this just might be Murray's best chance yet of that elusive Grand Slam. As they prepare here for a night to remember, Murray will be hoping that finally it's his turn to celebrate. Andy Swiss, BBC News, Flushing Meadows.
Back to our main story today and the London 2012 parade. Many of Britain's medalists have spoken of the role of the crowd in helping them to achieve their success. Now today was their chance to say thank you.
Where you going with it?
Correspondent James Pearce joined one of the medalists, long jump gold medal winner Greg Rutherford.
Oh, it's going in, look.
Preparing his Team GB
Not bad,
That's bizarre. I mean, you'd never think something that big would be swallowed.
Yeah, it's only this big.
Massive day, yes. And you've got to see everybody back together as well, and not wait to see how many people get out.
Will he be able to swallow that leg?
Hopefully the leg's going to fall down and...
They dislocate the jaw anyway.
Well, there's just that leg that seems to be...
Is he chewing it?
On the start of the parade, it was slow progress. Everybody wanted an autograph. But it was time to get on his float. The crowds continued to grow. As the parade began, Rutherford's eyes were beginning to moisten.
It's like a look at it, don't you? Do you have a look at it?
A couple of days to digest it. I think the leg's bent now.
Went into London 2012 not knowing quite what to expect. The line between success and failure can be so small, and here is the proof that all those years of training were worthwhile, that everything has come good. challenge now, though, is to keep this. How do we bottle it and keep everything, keep the momentum going?
I think a lot of it comes down to us athletes, to be honest. We have to get involved, we have to encourage the children, we have to get into schools.
Halfway
Role
there.
models, and I think that's something that everybody's going to be doing.
All those watching the parade now have a new generation of sporting heroes, of role models.
That's it, really will sleep for a couple of days now.
So many of his teammates seem to be genuinely excited at the responsibility that brings. James Pearce, BBC News.
Along with Greg Rutherford, the Prime Minister talked us earlier about the legacy of British sport post-London 2012.
How was it going to get the tail down again?
Palace, where the parade ended.
I want to get all
Dave,
down.
what's your assessment of where British sport goes from here?
In the wild, that would be alright. Well, not now, get custody. No, but I'm just saying.
So, was it at the heart yet?
He's just swallowing the whole thing.
I wanted him to bite
Did
it.
he don't bite? Well, he did bite it when he
Yeah,
got
but
it.
I wanted to see his heart and stuff.
Oh, you're disgusting.
I want to see him digest one.
Oh, you will see it digest one. It's going to be in his belly for a couple of days.
It's going to look
He's
funny.
going to have a big lump in the middle of him.
Can we make fun of him?
Yeah.
You're going to... It's half down.
Looking at London 2012, looking at the incredible summer of sport we've had, you know,
It's nearly done.
all expectations and actually presented an
Is
even
that his
bigger
tail?
opportunity than many people might have expected. And I think the fear is that opportunity could be missed.
What time do you want me home?
Now. I can see a little bit.
Half an hour.
I guess all those athletes great that it didn't rain on their parade.
Is he having tea played?
Not my problem. Caitlin is playing out and she's on her own. Not my problem. Sorry.
Much thicker, and here we have had some rain. Now that rain is moving its way southeastwards. It's been joined by another weather system moving across the southeast corner. So some rain through the night tonight, some showers following on behind that. Scotland and Northern Ireland temperatures down into single
We're
digits.
not have hail on
That
it.
muggy air holding on to the southeast, the lows of 42 degrees. But for tomorrow, it's fresher for all of us. And weather-wise, we've got a mixture
Dad,
of
you have to
sunshine
put
and
that wet
Tegan,
in as well.
put that down.
First thing in the morning, quite a few heavy showers across parts of the North Midlands and North West England. We may have some hail and thunder mixed in there. Some brighter skies down across the southwest corner and a scattering of showers elsewhere. As we look to the afternoon of forecast then across parts of Scotland, we'll see most of the cloud and the showers to the north and the west.
Nice.
Drier down towards Edinburgh, the Borders and the Lothians. Temperatures around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 12 to 13 to the central lowlands. Bright spells and a scattering of showers from 12 to 13 to the Northern Ireland.
The whole thing.
By the afternoon, the showers quite well scattered to the north and the east of England and Wales. The temperatures in London, 17 degrees. But further south and west of Ireland, a better chance of seeing dry, bright weather with some sunshine for Devon and Cornwall to finish off the day. But the cloud returns through the day on Wednesday. A breezy day, a bit like Tuesday. We've got a rather cool breeze over the next few days. Temperatures in London 18 degrees, there'll be some patchy, some light rain and scattering
Once it's all in,
and the winds will strengthen even
to
further
realign
through
his jaw.
Thursday, particularly across parts of northern Scotland.
How does he get like the bit out of his teeth and stuff like you do?
It doesn't.
So it's just a main game.
No, he's just got little teeth to pull it in. Doesn't get anything stuck in between his teeth. He just had that in the video there. Just the feet and tail to go.
Did you tell her?
Good evening, welcome to North West Tonight with Annabelle Tiffin.
Sonny Livesey, our top story. Charged with manslaughter, a man appears in court after the massive Oldham gas blast which killed a 2-year-old boy.
With some residents still out of their homes, we go back to Shaw to see how they're coping. Also tonight, the misery of suicide. But is the recession causing an increase in cases like Vickers?
Just the end of his feet and his tail to go.
I wish I could take a video with
Basking
the
in the
school.
glory, the region's Olympic and Paralympic successes are cheered by thousands on their parade and celebration.
For most people, a once-in-a-lifetime ride on the
Like
Blackpool
weaner,
Pleasure
that.
Beach as League One is quite enough.
What,
We'll
Daddy?
meet the man who's been on it
I'll
for
be asking what's for
103
tea.
days and counting.
Tell her that. Mum,
It's now 2.5 months since a huge explosion
Just the
devastated
tail
the
left.
shore area of Oldham. It flattened houses and killed a 2-year-old boy. Well, today a man injured in the blast was charged with Jamie Deacon's manslaughter and causing more than £1 million of criminal damage.
In the last hour, Andrew Partington appeared in court for the first time, still bandaged.
See the lump moving down his body.
Abby Jones reports.
This is 27-year-old Andrew Partington. Until recently, he was in a coma after suffering 40% burns and a broken back in the explosion.
Dad,
which
people say, why is he so bad in the real?
This
Oh, that was his dinner.
charged with causing that blast and with the manslaughter of his next-door neighbour, Jake Heaton. The 2-year-old had been watching TV while his mother was washing outside. 250 homes were evacuated after the explosion. Some residents are still unable to return. Nicole Cunningham is back in but is desperate to move. She had a buyer lined up for her house, but that fell through after the blast.
There he goes, sorting his mouth out. There he goes, big stretch of the mouth.
Today, Oldham Council released up-to-date figures about the damage. 3 homes have been completely destroyed. Another 5 have now been demolished. 6 more are being assessed to see if they can be saved. Altogether, 22 homes and businesses were seriously damaged.
Trying to sort his mouth out now, isn't he?
Together in the weeks after the explosion, a distress fund has so far raised £285,000. 125,000 of that has already been spent, and another 65,000 allocated. The residents are divided over whether the council has done enough.
They've not done anything about it. They've not given them any notice. They've not got back to anyone. I think everyone's just good at information.
It took a while to get access to the money. Andrew Partington will be back at Crown Court in Manchester tomorrow morning. Abby Jones, BBC Northwest Tonight.
Now, it remains very much a silent taboo. We're talking about suicide.
Wow, see that mouth then?
No.
Just keep watching him, he keeps opening his mouth.
Really bad.
And the figures are getting worse. There's evidence that suicides are increasing during the recession because of redundancies, debt problems and depression. Well, today the government launched a new scheme to try to tackle the problem. Our health correspondent, Nina Ward.
Looks like he's yawning.
And there is, a big bulge in the middle of him.
I don't know what to say.